Did you know if you're 16 or older, there's a 60% chance that you've already met the person you'll marry one day? Hello, and here's some facts you never knew. The doctor who discovered that hand washing prevented the spread of disease was thrown in a mental institution for his crazy ideas. Eating strawberries helps to improve vision and can reduce cancer risk. According to scientists, men who grow beards easily and earlier in life have found to be more likely to go bald. You can legally smash someone's car window to save a pet from overheating in Florida. Wearing skinny jeans can cause nerve damage in your legs, a condition called tingling thigh syndrome. No response is a response, and it's a powerful one. Remember that. Breathing the air in Beijing has the same health risks as smoking 21 cigarettes a day. The male brain is 10% bigger than the female's, but the female brain works more efficiently. Octopuses have copper-based blood instead of iron-based blood, which is why their blood is blue rather than red. Did you know it only takes 0.2 seconds to fall in love? There is a fish that when eaten causes severe hallucinations lasting up to 36 hours known as the Sarpa salpa. A woman is more responsive to romance when her stomach is full. A study found that attractive female students no longer earned higher grades like before when classes moved online during the pandemic. Sleeping without a pillow reduces back pain and keeps your spine stronger. The PlayStation 2 was so popular that Sony kept making it until a month before the PlayStation 4 was announced. Beavers form lifelong partnerships and remain loyal to their partner forever. Google has found that GPAs and test scores are worthless as a criteria for hiring. Did you know Tuesday, November 8th will be the last lunar eclipse until 2025? Babies smile an average of 200 times a day. The average woman smiles 62 times a day and the average man only 8 times. 1 out of every 8 American workers have worked for McDonald's, including Jeff Bezos. People who experience lucid dreams tend to be better problem solvers while they're awake. Having a younger brother or sister can raise your blood pressure by more than 5%. The sun is actually white, not yellow or orange like everyone thinks. Farts help reduce high blood pressure and are actually good for your health. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching TV. Close friends tend to have actual genetic similarities to each other like families do. If you were to sell every organ and chemical in a human body, you would make around $45 million. It only took $7.5 million to build the Titanic cruise ship, but it costed $200 million to film Titanic the movie. In Oklahoma, it is illegal to eavesdrop on a conversation and spread gossip about it. Lamborghini, the luxury sports car brand, started off by making tractors instead of cars. A fingernail or toenail takes about 6 months to grow from base to tip. Google hires people to ride camels for the desert street view on Google Maps. Alaska, Hawaii, Maine, and Vermont have all banned billboard advertising for some reason. More than half of airplane pilots admitted to falling asleep during a flight, and 29% of them said they woke up and saw the other pilot sleeping too. In South Korea, there are women-only parking spaces which are bigger and marked by pink skirts. Children's brains start to tune out their parents' voices around the age of 13. It takes a sloth 2 to 4 weeks to digest food, which is absurd. Elephants are the only mammal on Earth that cannot jump. A group of lemurs is called a conspiracy because they often work together to outsmart their prey. The only country on the planet without those annoying mosquitoes is Iceland. Volleyball and basketball were both invented in Massachusetts, which is an American state. Abraham Lincoln, who was the 16th United States president, was also a successful competitive wrestler, even getting in the Wrestling Hall of Fame as an outstanding American. On average, your hair will grow about 6 inches per year, and as we age, some of the hair follicles stop producing hair, which is why hair loss and balding is common in older people. Blushing is caused by a rush of adrenaline, and it's also genetic, so if you're prone to it, then it's likely one of your parents is too. There are more than 200 languages that have been invented just for television or movies. Nearly 60% of terrorists graduated school with degrees in engineering. The dates 4/4, 6/6, 10/10, and 12/12 all all fall on the same day of the week every year, and they're called doomsdays weirdly enough. A woman typically bases 55% of her initial impression of a man on his appearance, 38% on his style of speaking, and 7% on what he actually says. There are completely black chickens in a breed called Ayam Samani, and even their flesh, bones, and organs are black as well. The world's largest family stays in India. The husband has 39 wives and 94 children. Smoking one cigarette takes about 11 minutes of your total lifespan. If the world's population of spiders worked together, they could theoretically eat every human on Earth in just 1 year. Men who experience morning wood are less likely to die from heart disease or strokes. You can get poisoned by eating too much cheese, and it is called tyrotoxism. It's illegal for any person to own 6 or more dildos in Texas. Blind people smile despite never seeing anyone smile before because it is a natural human reaction. Did you know some pigeons have been trained by the US Coast Guard to spot people lost at sea? Babies only blink once or twice per minute, while adults average around 10 times per minute. In America, it is a federal crime to use your roommate's or friend's Netflix account. You are about 1 centimeter taller in the morning when you first get up than when you go to bed. This is because during the day, the soft cartilage between your bones gets squashed and compressed. When you're on a roller coaster, your internal organs bounce around your body, causing that funny stomach feeling. A lifeboat drill was canceled the morning of the Titanic ship tragedy. The term "lol" used to mean lots of love before the internet turned it into laughing out loud. The most leaves ever found on one single clover is 56 somehow. If you type askew into the Google search box, the entire page will turn slightly crooked. Losing just a couple hours of sleep is enough to make you angrier. In Germany, escaping prison is not punishable by law. The desire to escape is considered human nature, and inmates will not be punished if they successfully escape. An ice cream cone with nuts and chocolate ice cream is almost twice as healthy as a multigrain bagel with raisins. 15% of surveyed Americans find sarcasm to be an important quality in a relationship. Research has found that chimpanzees recognize the butts of their relatives just as well as humans recall familiar faces. People appear more attractive to a drunk person because the drunk person is less likely to notice the asymmetry of a face. If 99% of the human population thought you were ugly, about 78 million people would still find you attractive. The country of Finland has more saunas than cars. A group of porcupines is called a prickle, which is kind of fitting if you think about it. Around 70 different types of mushrooms can actually glow in the dark, which is quite cool. Mary Stuart was only 6 days old when she officially became the Queen of Scotland. In Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig because they crave social interaction so much. St. Lucia is the only country in the world named after a woman. There's an island in Japan that is only inhabited by bunnies. The British royal family isn't allowed to play Monopoly because it gets too competitive. Words you didn't know existed. A slug-a-bed is a lazy person who stays in bed long past the usual time for waking up. The term tocophobia is the fear of getting pregnant. A hobosexual is a person who dates you with the sole interest in having a place to stay. Balter means to dance clumsily without any particular grace or skill, but usually with enjoyment. Griffonage is careless or illegible handwriting. A nibbling is the gender-neutral term for your nieces or nephews. The word defenestrate means throwing a person or thing out of a window, while a whippersnapper is a young and inexperienced person considered to be overconfident. And discombobulate is another word for confuse. Are you going to start using any of these? Athazagoraphobia is the fear of being forgotten, ignored, or replaced. Metathesiophobia is the fear of things and/or people changing. The space between your eyebrows is called the glabella. The term quirky alone means someone who is single and does not feel the need to date for the sake of it. Dysania is the state of finding it hard to get out of bed in the morning. Pogonotrophy is the act of cultivating or growing a mustache, beard, sideburns, or other facial hair. Passionate means to laugh very, very loudly. Phosphenes are the stars or dots you see when you rub your eyes. Partle is the terrifying moment of completely failing to recall someone's name. Things in every Japanese home that we need. First one is a drain with mesh to collect hair. That mesh is designed to catch any hair in the bath water, and it's way better for clogs than the way we currently have our showers set up. Speaking of the bathroom, they have special floors for theirs. The bathroom floor has a ribbed surface pattern so people don't slip when they're doing various activities with water. This is especially helpful to older people. Then they have multifunctional ventilation. They help to suck out humid air and provide a cooling mechanism during the summer. It also functions as a clothes dryer, which is a nice bonus. Luckily, they have a huge sink too. In Japan, the sink is not only used for washing hands, but also for small babies and small pieces of clothing. It even has a special part you can seat a child on. How to make your iPhone last longer. The first tip is to use the original charger instead of a random cheap charger you find at the store. This helps because Apple's original charger works perfectly in sync with the phone. And other rapid chargers may be faster, but they increase the heat of the battery, which can negatively affect your phone. Next thing you should do is stop using your phone case 24/7. While having a good case is essential for preventing damage, there is times such as charging when Apple recommends you to take the case off, otherwise it will trap the heat in, causing damage to your phone. Now, if you didn't know, low power mode can help extend your phone's lifespan because it reduces or turns off all the apps that run in the background, slowly worsening your system and battery. Another hidden tip is that you shouldn't charge your phone past 80%, as that's the ideal percentage for your battery's overall health.